Welcome back to OpenLine, talking about caring for caregivers. We have Peter Rosenberger with us, radio host and author. And I want to talk about the holidays, this time of year especially.
The holidays are hard anyway for so many people. I'm not a big fan of the holidays anymore. My favorite holiday is Arbor Day. You know, you plant a tree, you water it, say a prayer, you walk off, leave it to God, there's no drama.
What month is Arbor Day? Is that September?
Usually I think it's in June or May.
June. Okay, so I was off.
But I don't know. It's a moving target. I'll celebrate Arbor Day any day.
Depends on the moon.
The parade is pretty good. It's just me. And there's just no drama. But with the holidays, there's so much drama. There's a lot of nostalgia that we deal with that we're trying to recreate because this person we're caring for is impaired. They've lost something, and we want to help recapture those things, and you can't. You know, nostalgia ain't everything it used to be. You could write that down. And so we tend to put this unreasonable pressure on ourselves to make the holidays so fabulous at our expense. And caregivers end up just kind of losing it. And then other family members don't really know what to do in a situation like that. So I got four easy tips for caregivers during the holidays, particularly if you're going to have somebody over to your home who is impaired. All right? Fix the lighting. Make sure everything's well lit.
Okay.
Put some rails up or go back and check your handrails to make sure they're all secure. Throw rugs. Make sure that they're not in the way so somebody's going to trip over them. That works too for expectant mothers. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't want anybody tripping. A shower bench in the shower. The bathrooms are where a lot of things happen. Get some shower bars in there, some grab bars if you need to. And there are professionals do it. We got one that sponsors my show. That's what they do all day long. You can rent a ramp. Stairs are a booger for people that are getting elderly, have mobility impairments or whatever. Stairs are just a real pain. Now, all of these things cost less than a deductible in an emergency room.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So let's keep. I've been in the emergency room on Thanksgiving Day. It ain't fun. So let's keep that in perspective, that whatever things that you do to make sure someone's safe, I guarantee you it will more than pay for itself the first time you have to go visit the walk-in clinic or whatever else. I promise you. So that's one thing you do. Just make the house accessible and safe and friendly and so forth for folks to come in. Well lit is a big key. Make sure all your lights are working and light bulbs are up to full strength, because you'd be amazed at somebody elderly coming to your home and then they just trip and all of a sudden you got a broken arm.
What if we're in a situation where we have a friend who suddenly is thrust into the position of being a caregiver? How do we support that friend? You know, what sorts of things would you want as a caregiver from you know, a friend of yours? Well,
the first thing you do is you just be very gentle and quiet around them, because chances are they're going to be like this, just like on high octane coffee. Which, by the way, this is no caffeine, by the way. I'm just letting y'all know this is my natural self. Yeah.
That's great.
But it's they're going to be a little bit frazzled. So be gentle with them. Be very kind and gentle with them. Let them know that you see them. In fact, that's something you tell a caregiver. Say, look, I see you. I see you, and I see the magnitude of what you carry, and I hurt for you. Just start with that conversation. There'll probably be some tears flowing on both sides, and that's okay, because those are healthy tears. Too many caregivers are crying out of fury and impotent fury and rage, and they're hot tears that come out. It's okay to cry. Let's just do it in a healthy manner. In fact, I encourage that. So that's the first thing. Just let them know that you see them. Don't say to a caregiver, let me know if there's something I can do. Now I got to think of something for you to do.
Right.
You know, don't do that. And don't say platitudes like, well, make sure you take care of yourself. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. You know, oh, I've never thought of that. You know, you don't say that. Be very specific. Say, hey, I'm at the grocery store. You need some milk? Hey, can I swing by and pick up your dry cleaning ticket I've got over here? Hey, I got a guy that cleans gutters, licensed, bonded, insured. Can I send him over to your house and clean the gutters? I mean, does anybody think it's a good idea for a caregiver to be on the roof cleaning gutters? You know, most caregivers are one sprained ankle away from a Greek tragedy. Because think about it, man. What happens if I fall and break my arm right here? All of a sudden, this thing goes from 0 to 100 pretty quick. And I do things to take care of myself. I mean, that's another landmine that caregivers do. We get excessive weight gain. I mean, I got so big it took 2 dogs to bark at me, man. I mean, got big. I mean, my nickname was Dang. And I do martial arts now, and I learned how to fall in martial arts so that if I do fall, I slap out of it and I don't hurt myself.
Right.
And that's important because I'm one fall away from this thing really going bad on us. So let them know that you see them. Let them know that you care about them. And be specific on things. Can we sit with your loved one while you go see the doctor? You know, can we sit with them while you go to church so they can get involved in some kind of community? Can we sit with them while you go to a support group? Be very specific. You know, and don't go up and say, well, I'm going to pray for you. Brother, you look to be burdened down. I'm going to pray for you. What do you want me to do with that information?
Right.
It's like going to the post office and you're carrying a bunch of boxes and you see, you know, and some guy says, brother, you look to be laden down. I'm going to pray for you. Well, open the door while you do it, you know, because I'm going to be back here tomorrow with the same amount of boxes. You know, keep praying, pray. But I had a lady that worked up the nerve to ask some friends at church because her car broke down. She was taking care of her husband. Her car broke down. And so she worked up the nerve to ask somebody for some help. And they said, we're going to pray for you and bring you a meal. And she said, well, I appreciate the meal and I appreciate the prayer, but I can't drive a tuna casserole to work. You know, you don't want to be just a tuna noodle helper, you know. I mean, really step it up and do something a little bit more. Don't just bring high-carb meals. Maybe do the grocery shopping for them. Those are ways to help.
I mean, I think it's so fascinating, again, that you're reaching out and you've really focused on this group. Do you think we are more isolated than we've been? I mean, we have all this social media, we have the ability to, you know, communicate via radio and all of that, but are we more isolated than ever?
Isolation is not due to technology. Isolation is due to the matters of the heart. We feel ashamed, we feel scared, we feel all over the map, and we just don't want to ask for help. And so my mission is to help as many caregivers raise their hands and say, hey, I need some help.
And are people willing? Do you think people are willing?
Yeah, I think they are, if they can hear it from somebody who they trust their experience. And I'm willing to go out there and just, you know, lay all my goofy stuff out there and just say, look, I mean, look at me. I've screwed up on every level. I'm not a there kind of guy. I'm a don't go down there kind of guy. That's a bad place. And I'm just interested in helping people get to safety so that they can make better choices. You're not going to fix it, but you can. See, the goal is not to feel better about this. My wife doesn't have any legs. She's in pain all the time. I'm never going to feel better, but I can be better in this. That's the goal, that I can be a better person in it and be a healthier caregiver, because healthy caregivers make better caregivers.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Basically wrap everything up. Take a break, be back right after this.